So you've written a book and you're wondering how to start selling it and how to get it listed on Amazon. Join me for this video on publishing your first book on Amazon. By the way, my name is Diondra Filicetti and I am the author of the book Engagement Economics, which is on Amazon, in stores at Indigo, and it's also listed at Barnes & Noble. And I'm gonna help you get started. Outside of being an author, I'm also a professional trainer and speaker, and also a 2-time TEDx speaker, helping professionals with communication and team engagement. Now, today I'm going to share with you what you need to plan for publishing, how to self-publish on Amazon, formatting and the cover, and the upload and what to expect. So let's get right into it. I'm assuming that you're watching this video because you have a manuscript written and you're wondering how to go from this manuscript document to a finished book and one that's on Amazon. So let's go through everything you need to know and do to get it there. And I'm going to tell you everything that I learned in the process and also what I learned from my mistakes so that you don't have to make them too. Let's start with planning for publishing. These are the things that you want to make sure that you've considered before you go to publish, starting with an ISBN. And an ISBN is an International Standard Book Number. It's a unique 13-digit identifier assigned to books and book-like publications. It's like a book's passport. It allows bookstores, libraries, and distributors to efficiently track, order, and categorize specific titles, formats, and editions. Each version of your book, such as the paperback, the hardcover, the ebook, the audiobook, or even a revised edition, require their own unique ISBN. In Canada, you can get ISBNs assigned from the government, from the Department of Library and Archives, and you can apply for and create an ISBN account where you can register your book title and generate an ISBN. Now, you can also pay an agency to do this for you if you don't want to. And in other countries, the process might look a little bit different. For instance, in the UK, you might use the Nielsen IQ website to get your ISBN, and in the US, you might use Bowker Publishing Services. Again, there are multiple options. Next, you're going to want to consider the copyright page early on, because your copyright page contains information about the book, including the ISBN that you've assigned. So this means that you'll need to update this page in the manuscript with that ISBN number before publishing. And if you plan to publish your book in different formats, paperback, hardcover, ebook, those will be 3 different ISBNs that will need to be updated on this page. So keep that in mind. Editing. Editing is a very valuable process, and it's something that I recommend for every author. However, you should know that there are different editing techniques and services, which is something that I learned during the editing process of my book, Engagement Economics. So let's go through each type of editing service, starting with proofreading. Proofreading is the last quality check before your book is published. It focuses on correcting typos, grammar, punctuation, spelling, and minor formatting inconsistencies without changing your writing style or any of your content. Copy editing refines your manuscript at the sentence level by correcting grammar, punctuation, word choice, and consistency. It enhances readability and ensures your writing is polished, professional, and easy for readers to follow. Then there's structural editing. Structural editing focuses on the overall framework of your book, examining chapter order, pacing, transitions, and the logical progression of ideas. The goal is to create a cohesive reading experience that keeps readers engaged from beginning to end. And finally, there is developmental editing. And developmental editing looks at the big picture, helping strengthen your book's purpose, audience, organization, and storytelling, or even the argument. With a developmental edit, you'll receive detailed recommendations to improve the manuscript before moving on to line-level editing and proofreading. So depending on where you're at with your manuscript, you might decide to do one or more of these editing services. For Engagement Economics, I did both a structural edit and a copy edit. But the most important thing is to make sure that you get a reputable editor. And you can also ask for examples of their work or titles that they've worked on. Because if you're writing a memoir, you'll want someone with experience in editing a memoir. If it's a business book, you'll want someone with experience editing a business book, and so on and so forth. Each genre has a very different writing style, so you'll want someone with experience in that genre, especially when doing a structural or developmental or even a copy edit. For just a proofread, someone with experience in your genre is not as pertinent. Okay, let's talk about how to self-publish on Amazon. I'm going to cover all the key steps in starting from a manuscript to a formatted book that people can buy on Amazon. So, where do you begin with this endeavor that you're embarking on? Well, you need to sign up for an account at Kindle Direct Publishing. You can just type Kindle Direct Publishing into the Google search bar and navigate to the Create Account page that looks like this. And that's all we're going to do in Amazon for now, because before we go any further, we need to talk about getting your manuscript prepared for approval and for publishing. So let's talk about formatting. And this is honestly where I learn the most in the publishing process. There is so much to consider when formatting a book, things that you might not even realize that are critical for printing and also for the reader. Starting with your finished or trim size. You'll need to select the finished trim size for your final book. There are many size options, but it's often recommended to select one of the standard trim sizes. The most common trim sizes are 5 by 8 inches, 5.5 by 8.5 inches, or 6 by 9 inches. Engagement economics is 6 by 9 because I personally prefer books in that size, but that's really just a personal preference. Amazon will also let you do a bunch of other sizes as well, but remember, this also means that your formatted manuscript document size should match that. And so this can be adjusted in the page setup settings in Microsoft Word or any other platform that you might be using to format your manuscript. In your document, it also makes things a lot easier if you set it up in multi-page view to mimic the view of a book. But remember that the first page in your document in Microsoft Word, for example, will appear on the left, while in the actual book, page 1 is always on the right. Some document editors will show page 1 on the right, but not all, so just bear this in mind. The next most important setting is the margins. This is the most common mistake that I see self-published authors make. By default, your document will have both margins equal with your text centered, but your inner margins should be larger than your outer margins in order to accommodate the binding of the book. Because here's an example of where the text is too close to the spine because the inner margins are too small. And so if the reader doesn't hold the book wide open, it's going to be difficult for them to read the text. Here, you'll notice that there's sufficient space on the inner margin to allow for the binding. So inside of your document, inside of Microsoft Word, for example, you'll want to select custom margins. And then make sure the setting for mirror margins is on. And then set your inner margins to be at least a centimeter larger than your outside margins. The exact numbers can change depending on the size of the book. Next, you'll want to make sure that you're using paragraph and heading styles. Using paragraph and heading styles is essential because it guarantees a consistent, professional design throughout your book. And rather than formatting text manually, page by page, styles allow you to apply uniform typography, spacing, and indents in bulk, which saves immense time and seamlessly prepares your manuscript for typesetting. So some of the key benefits of utilizing styles is that you can do global edits. For instance, if you want to change your chapter title font size from 20 to 22 points, or adjust paragraph indentation, you only need to modify the style itself. Then all the text that's set in that style will automatically update. Another benefit is an automated table of contents. The software relies on hierarchical heading tags to instantly generate a table of contents. Instead of doing this manually, you can just use styles. And also, using styles will make ebook conversion easier later. As you're setting up your text, you're going to want to ensure that for the body text, you're using what's called a serif font. A serif font is a typeface with small decorative strokes or feet attached to the ends of the letters. These are called serifs. Serif fonts are widely used in printed books, newspapers, and academic papers to improve text flow and readability. Now, the most commonly used serif fonts for books are Times New Roman, Georgia, Garamond, Baskerville, and Palatino. Be mindful of the size of your text as well. Suggested font sizes include 18 to 28 point for chapter titles, 14 to 18 point for headings, and 10 to 12 point for body text. Lastly, you'll also want to justify your text. To fix those wide, ugly gaps in justified text, you can enable automatic hyphenation so that it'll simply hyphenate words at the end of the line instead of trying to stretch out your lines to make all the words fit. I'm going to share some quick formatting checklists to run through before you complete the manuscript. For what's called the front matter, make sure that you have your book title page, the copyright page that we mentioned before. You may want to include a dedication page. You'll need a table of contents, and you may want to consider having a foreword, which is just a short introductory section at the beginning of your book, which is usually written by someone else. Or you might consider a preface or introduction. For the back matter, you'll want to include information about the author, about other books that you have, any acknowledgements, your research references, perhaps an index if that makes sense, and a call to action, such as asking the reader to further connect with you, maybe to leave a review, maybe to visit your website, to sign up for your newsletter or your bonus materials. And before submitting your manuscript, be sure to ask yourself, are the document pages in the correct size? Are the page numbers in the correct position? Do chapters always begin on a new page on the right side? Are the header and footer correctly formatted? Are all headings and titles properly formatted with paragraph styles? Is the table of contents up to date? Is all the font in black text only, no color? Are the images positioned within the margins, unless they're intended to bleed? And finally, did my PDF export correctly? Once you have the manuscript formatted and exported to a PDF, you can format your cover. You'll need the manuscript finalized first because you'll need to know exactly how many pages are in your book in order to size the spine correctly. Because a book with 100 pages versus 200 pages has a very different spine width. Luckily, Amazon KDP has a resource to help you. They offer a print cover calculator and template, and it looks like this. Now, to fill it out, you'll want to fill in the binding type. So let's say, for example, we're working on paperback. Then the interior type. Most often, books are black and white on the inside. Paper type. Most often, books either use cream or white paper. Reading direction, left to right for English. Measurement units, inches. And then your finished trim size. So in this case, we're going to go with the standard size of 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And finally, your page count. Once you've filled in this information, you can click Calculate Dimensions. And what you'll get is a template auto-generated for you with the appropriate spine width, and then you can go ahead and download that. When you download it, you'll get something that looks like this, which you can use with any of the Adobe design software to design your cover. Or you can send this template to your graphic designer to populate it for you, and have them export a print-ready PDF without any crop marks. Okay, you're about ready to upload at this point. So now we're gonna go back to KDP. And it's time to click the Create New Title or Series button. From there, you're gonna select what type of publication that you're working on. For this example, we're gonna select paperback. But keep in mind that we can come back and do the hardcover and ebook version later. When you create a new title, there is a lot of information that you need to fill in. And you'll notice at the top of the page, there are 3 tabs: paperback details, paperback content, and paperback rights and pricing. On this first tab, paperback details, is the information that's going to appear on Amazon, and also the information that's going to be used to categorize your book within Amazon's search features. So take your time when completing this information. Now, on the second tab, the paperback content, this is where you're going to input that ISBN that you assign to the book. Now, Amazon does offer a free KDP ISBN, but only use this if you only plan to sell your book on Amazon and no other platforms. Because if you plan to sell your book on other platforms, then you'll want to get your own ISBN. Now, also on this tab, you'll need to select the paper color and your trim size. Remember, ensure that your trim sizes match what you set in your manuscript. For the bleed settings at the bottom, select no bleed unless you do have photos within the manuscript that are intended to bleed off the page. Now, also on this page, you can upload your formatted manuscript and your formatted book cover. Both of them should be in PDF format. Once your manuscript and book cover are uploaded, you'll be able to launch the previewer where you can check that your book is formatted correctly before you publish it. And pro tip, request a book proof. This is a physical printed sample of your book that gets sent to you before it goes live on Amazon so that you can physically go through it and catch any mistakes before it's published for your readers. Now, on the last tab in the setup process, you can set your book price. The first line will typically be your primary market. So I'm in Canada, so mine is set to amazon.ca, but make sure that this is set correctly according to your home country. And when you set your price in your primary marketplace, it will automatically generate converted prices for the other markets in the different respective currencies. Okay, so if everything looks good in your proof, it's now time to click the publish button in Amazon. And I want to say congratulations for making it here and for completing the difficult task of writing a book. Just to help set your expectations, I want you to know that it's going to take some time for your book to get approved. It takes about 72 hours plus for it to be approved and available to purchase on Amazon.com, and then up to 5 days to appear in global markets. So be patient. And also remember that people are not just going to find your book, especially at first. So you're going to need to create a lot of buzz. Use social media. Tell your friends and family about your launch date and encourage them to get a copy of your book on the day that it launches. And don't forget to ask for those coveted Amazon reviews. I hope this training has been helpful. If so, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel or follow me on my social media platforms. Also, feel free to grab a copy of my book, Engagement Economics, on Amazon, and please leave me a review. It would be very much appreciated. In the meantime, I wish you good luck on your journey because you're now officially an author. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, and if not, congratulations and see you soon.